With a look at Rndr. Alright, this thing has been taking a beating here. Down here pretty good, right? Being from the top, we are down. Let's take a look here. This thing is down roughly, pretty rough, 80%, okay? From the top back here in 2024. Now if we put a Fibonacci on here, let's take a look at a couple things here. Alright, this came up to a 702 here basically, and got rejected and rolled over. Did 5 waves down, 5 wave down correction. Let's see here, trying to figure this out, right? See if we're this is on a daily also. You can see the 50-day moving average. We were below it here. Now it's regained it right up here. Getting very, very close to losing it again though, okay? But hold faith in this, all right? We have an alt season coming. Bitcoin dominance is starting to break down, right? Bitcoin itself, I just did a Bitcoin video. It looks like it's doing an ABC here. Sorry, this is kind of sloppy. Let's zoom in a little bit. Right over here is where we're at. I apologize. Really didn't plan on pulling Bitcoin up. But, alright, it got rejected right here at about 110.5, 110.7, okay, right in this area. Let's put this price where it belongs. Right about there, right? So you have an A, B, and if it comes down and ends up taking out 107.5, then it's coming down here, right? Which would be the C leg. 105.1, 105.2, 105, right in that area. That would complete an ABC. You're going to see if it does it though. Holding on to the 50-day here on the 4-hour. If we go on the daily, alright, we got the 50 and the 200 way down here. Did a golden cross too, right down here. 50 moved above the 200. That's what you want to see, right? And once we get down here, finish this correction, 116 would be the next target here, right? So Bitcoin looking very, very good. All right, let's get back over to Bitcoin dominance. It is rolling over, hit the 702 on the head in our box that we put here quite a while ago. I don't know. We put it in when Bitcoin dominance was down here. We expected a bounce up. That's what happens when you take even shorts, right? When you get in a short in the market, normally you should wait for the break, right? Run down, the retracement back up. Here's where you get in your short, and then you ride it down, right? That's how they work. That's how you're supposed to correctly enter a trade, right? This thing hit the 702 and is rolling over. All right, if it loses this roughly 62%, that's the low here. That would be a very, very good sign. And then we have the big trend line, all right, that we need to take care of. That it's been on now for 2 years. All right, it's been riding this other trend line down here. Give me 2 seconds for this thing to load up. I apologize. I have to switch my network here real quick. There we go. Alright, now we're back on. I apologize about that. But right down here, this yellow line, that's our big one. Okay? This one has been going on for 2 years. Right here. Alright? And then we got our parabolic blow off top. And now this thing hopefully is done and starts falling. Got a long ways to go with this alt season, guys. When it starts. When this really starts dropping fast, it's going to be awesome. All right, look what happened back here, 2021. All right, I was here. Look at these red candles on the weekly. That's what's going to happen over here. Okay, eventually, you're going to get these big red candles pulling this thing down. You know, look at 2017. All right, look at this alt season right here. Then you got 2021 right here, and we are right over here getting ready to start ours. Okay, so it's coming. It doesn't hang in there. All right, it's gonna, everything is gonna fly up. If you want to join our trading group, I just put this Rndr trade out in group right down here. It's looking like a very, very nice trade. It's only $15, guys. It's a level 3 membership. In the description of the video, you get 10 hours of videos to teach you how to start charting, how to draw trend lines, look for price targets. All that stuff is in there, okay? Over 10 hours. And a link to the Discord, right? So try it out for a month, see if it's for you. No guarantees, I'm not a financial advisor, none of that stuff, but we do well over there, all right? And had some nice trades overnight, a couple of them. I'll show you real quick, and there's also a buy me a coffee link if you're interested. I'm a small YouTuber. I feel like a dick saying stuff like that, but Gala almost did a 3x on that last night, and there's 4 of them in here. Let me just pick another one. I'll pick this one here. They're all May 27th. There's a 94% on a Gala short. I just posted like 5 or 6 of them over there just a little bit ago. Well, all of them, well, not a little bit, all day. All right, I've been posting them over there. There's 168% on Myro, May 27th. All right, so if it interests you, try it out, see if it's for you. We have 170 members in there. You have a large, big group. All right, you had this large wedge here on Rndr. Usually if you take the width of the wedge, that'll give you your target, right? So if we take the width of this thing, let's see if it worked out, right? Pretty damn close, right? I mean, got your breakdown over here. It gives you a pretty decent target. A lot of times they're dead on, but that should mark the low in here. Now we're working our way back up. We had this resistance line here, broke it, came down, retested it. That's why it's not good to get it in really on a break. Wait for the retest. See what happened here? This came up. If you would have went long, it would have started up and then come back down. Retested it way down here. Now it's starting back up. Okay, and that's the mistake a lot of times. I do it too. The 50-day moving average was here, beat it back down, and then it finally broke up above it here. Now it looks like it's more than likely going to lose it again here. All right, and this looks like a breakdown here. Could have a possible, let's measure this out, see what's going on here. Put a fib on this thing. Yeah, it looks like an ABC coming up. All right. You had your fall down, a retracement back up here to the 618702 area. Now it looks like it's breaking down here. All right, a target for this would potentially be right down there, 392. Let's mark this. That's 392 right there is one. Okay, and that was right on the 618, I believe. That's what we want, okay, because that would give us our lowest, basically our lowest target here, okay. Lowest down, you got one right on top of there, 399, down to about 393, okay. So you have an area down here, 390 to $4, I would say, right around that area, okay. I'm just going to mark this out here. Put a little box in here. 399, right about there. Okay. That'll give you your ABC. Then the correction should be over, and this thing should be headed back to the upside here. Especially with Bitcoin doing an ABC. Alright, this is what you would expect. And then on the overall picture, if you come out on a weekly, alright, then this should be your wave 1, 2, and the next move out of this thing should be a big move. That's why I think Bitcoin dominance is about done and about ready to go. All right, you're gonna have about a 50% retracement here. That's perfect for a wave 2. That's what you want, and look out, right? This is gonna be a 1, 2, 3. 3 is your longest, strongest wave of the move. It cannot be the shortest, all right? If we put a trend-based fib on this and get an idea, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you it's going to go to this price. I'm just showing you what this measures. Okay, that's it. All right, the trend-based fib gives this, what's it up at 15.21. Very, very possible, right? Very possible. You go off the top here and pull this down. Yeah, very, very, very possible. I don't cover Rndr a whole lot, but I would expect at least a retracement back up into this zone. At least back up into 950 to 1068 roughly. Not tomorrow, not this weekend. A couple months more than likely. All right, and it could get up to this 21 area, absolutely. For sure. You get that trend-based fib was giving it a pretty decent move up into the $14 range, and no doubt in my mind that this could pull it off. 1, 2, 3. The 950 area, I would imagine for sure. But we'll see how it works out, guys. But expect that ABC down to them targets that we talked about down here. Down. Let's zoom back in here. See, you got it breaking down now, losing support. Down into $4 to $3.90, right around there. And I would watch for a bounce or support around that area. Once again, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Just showing you what I see in the charts and showing you where I think it's headed to. But after that, I would expect to move up. So please check out that level 3 membership. Check out Buy Me a Coffee and Bit2Next. That's what I trade. That's this leveraged site I use. And there's a couple others in the link in the description of the video. I'd appreciate it if you check them out, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate it. Have a good night, everybody.